You know what's crazy? Right now, as you're watching this, there are probably a million things you told yourself you were going to do. And I'm not talking about small things. I'm talking about the dreams you had when you were younger, the person you promised yourself you'd become, the life you said you were going to build. And if I asked you right now, what are you actually doing with your life, would you have an answer? Would you be proud of that answer? Or would there be this uncomfortable silence, this weight in your chest because deep down you know you're not where you thought you'd be? I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I want to have a real conversation with you today. Not the surface level stuff we usually talk about. I want to go deeper, because I think there's something we're all avoiding, something we're all too scared to admit. We're busy, right? We're so busy. We wake up, we go to work, we scroll through our phones, we watch Netflix, we hang out with friends, we sleep, and we do it all over again. And somewhere in the middle of all that busyness, life is just passing by. Eyes turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months, and before you know it, another year is gone. And you're still in the same place, having the same conversations with yourself about how this year is going to be different. But here's the thing that nobody wants to talk about. Being busy doesn't mean you're doing something with your life. You can fill every single hour of your day with activities and still feel empty. You can have a packed schedule and still feel like you're going nowhere. Because there's a huge difference between being busy and being purposeful. There's a massive difference between existing and actually living. And I think most of us, if we're being honest, we're just existing. We're on autopilot. We're going through the motions, checking boxes, doing what we're supposed to do, what people expect us to do, but we're not actually living for anything. Think about it. When was the last time you did something that genuinely excited you? Not just made you happy for a moment, but something that made you feel alive. Something that made you feel like, yes, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. For most of us, we can't even remember. And that should terrify us. That should shake us to our core. Because life is not a dress rehearsal. This is it. This is the only shot we get. And we're spending it scrolling through other people's highlight reels, comparing our behind the scenes to everyone else's best moments, convincing ourselves that we'll start really living tomorrow, next week, next year, when things calm down, when we have more money, when the timing is right. But the timing is never right. There's never going to be a perfect moment. There's never going to be a day where everything aligns and suddenly you have clarity and motivation and all the resources you need. That day doesn't exist, and waiting for it is just another excuse we tell ourselves so we don't have to face the uncomfortable truth that we're scared. We're scared of failing. We're scared of what people will think. We're scared of trying and not being good enough. So we stay safe, we stay comfortable, we stay exactly where we are even though it's killing us slowly. I want you to imagine something with me for a second. Imagine you're 80 years old sitting in a chair looking back at your life. What do you see? Are you proud of the choices you made? Are you happy with how you spent your time? Or are you full of regret, thinking about all the things you wanted to do but never did, all the dreams you had but never chased, all the words you never said, all the risks you never took? Because that's where we're heading if we don't change something right now. And I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking it's not that simple. I have responsibilities, I have bills to pay, I have people depending on me. And I get that. I really do. I'm not saying quit your job tomorrow and move to Bali and become a yoga instructor, unless that's genuinely what you want to do. What I'm saying is that there's space between where you are and where you want to be, and you have to start taking steps toward that space. Even small steps. Even tiny adjustments in how you spend your time, what you prioritize, what you say yes to, and what you say no to. Because here's what I've learned. The life you want doesn't just happen. It doesn't fall into your lap. You have to build it. And building it means making hard choices. It means saying no to things that feel good in the moment, but don't serve your bigger vision. It means having difficult conversations. It means potentially disappointing people who expect you to stay the same. It means being willing to look like a fool while you figure things out. It means failing, over and over again, and getting back up anyway. And that's the part nobody talks about when they talk about following your dreams or living your purpose or whatever you want to call it. It's messy. It's uncomfortable. There are going to be days where you question everything, where you wonder if you made the right choice, where you feel like giving up and going back to how things were. But you know what's worse than that discomfort? Regret. Looking back and knowing you never even tried. Knowing you let fear make your decisions for you. knowing you played it safe your entire life and never gave yourself a chance to see what you were really capable of. I think about relationships a lot and how they connect to all of this, because the way you show up in your life is the way you show up in your relationships. If you're not being intentional with your own life, if you're not pursuing your own growth and your own dreams, that affects everything. It affects your friendships, your romantic relationships, your family dynamics. When you're not living with purpose, you start looking for other people to give you purpose. You start putting unfair expectations on your partner to make you happy, to give you meaning, to fill the void that you're supposed to be filling yourself. And that's not fair to them, and it's not fair to you. Healthy relationships happen between two people who are already working on becoming their best selves. Two people who have their own dreams, their own goals, their own sense of purpose, and they come together to support each other in those individual journeys while building something beautiful together. But you can't skip the individual journey part. You can't expect someone else to complete you or fix you or give your life meaning. That work is yours to do. And maybe that's what this is really about. Maybe the question isn't just what are you doing with your life, but who are you becoming? Because at the end of the day, success isn't really about money or status or achievements, even though we've been conditioned to think it is. Real success is about growth. It's about becoming someone you're proud to be. It's about looking in the mirror and respecting the person looking back at you. It's about knowing that you're giving your best effort, that you're living aligned with your values, that you're not betraying yourself by living someone else's version of your life. So what are you doing with your life? Not what are you telling people you're doing. Not what does it look like on social media. What are you actually doing? Are you working towards something that matters to you, or are you just trying to make it through the week? Are you building the life you want, or are you waiting for permission to start? Are you showing up as the person you want to be, or are you playing a role that feels safe but hollow? These are hard questions, and I don't expect you to have all the answers right now. I don't have all the answers. I'm still figuring this out too. But I think asking the questions is the first step. Being honest with yourself about where you are versus where you want to be, that's where change begins. Not tomorrow, not next month. Right now. Today. This moment. Because every single day is a choice. You're either moving toward the life you want or away from it. There's no standing still. Even doing nothing is a choice, and it's moving you in a direction. So choose intentionally. Choose courageously. Choose in a way that your future self will thank you for. I want to leave you with this. Your life is happening right now, not in some distant future when everything is perfect. Right now, in this messy, imperfect, chaotic present moment. And you get to decide what you do with it. You get to decide if you're going to keep sleepwalking through your days or if you're going to wake up and actually live. Nobody else can make that decision for you. Nobody else can live your life for you. So what's it going to be? Are you going to keep waiting, or are you going to start building? Are you going to keep making excuses, or are you going to take one small step today toward the person you want to become? The choice is yours. It's always been yours. Pause. Softer tone. If this resonated with you, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Leave a comment and tell me what you're working toward, what you're building, what dream you're finally ready to chase. Let's build a community of people who are actually doing something with their lives, who are supporting each other in this journey. And if you want more real conversations about relationships, personal growth, and living intentionally, subscribe and turn on notifications. I'm putting out videos every week that I hope will challenge you, inspire you, and remind you that you're capable of so much more than you think. All right, that's it for today. Now go do something that scares you. I'll see you in the next one.